What's up, guys? Welcome to edition number 2 of Film Friday. I'm Nate Allbaugh, head football coach, Champaign Central High School in Champaign, Illinois, and we are getting ready for the second half of our opening game of 2015 against Marion. We're up 28-7. If you haven't seen the first episode, I'll link it here somewhere, and you should check that out. But we're up 28-7 at half, and really rolling pretty well right now. So the great news also is that they have to kick off to us, and so we're getting the ball back right away. At this time we're really thinking, let's just put them away. We feel like we can do the same thing again. So, but we all know how the game goes. Let's see how it plays out. Actually got a little bit of feedback last week on my video, and the word was, want me to draw more. So I'm going to try drawing a little more. I got a new little pen game here with a little tablet. Draw some with Hudl. Let's see how that goes. Anyway, opening up the half right here. Ball's coming to us. They got a kick. Let's see what happens. So we do a cross return. We've been doing this cross return, man. I got this cross return back in about, 5, 6, one of my days at Johnsburg, Illinois. From, I don't know who was running it first. The guy I remember was running was a guy named Kyle Nice, who last I heard was at Glenbard West. They just won the state title as well. So this little exchange right here, these two right here are supposed to be attached by a 12-yard rope, as we say it. So our two returners are supposed to be attached by a 12-yard rope. Okay? Now, I don't know how well I can do drawing with all this. But then they're supposed to attack forward for up to 5 steps. Okay? I always tell them it depends on how deep they caught the ball. If they caught the ball up here at the 20 or so, you really don't have time to take 5 steps. But we want them to attack forward together. They're mirroring each other. And then they cross. Okay? So they're going to cross each other. Now, the rule is the guy with the ball always goes in front. We're blocking it. I'd have to get to that some other time, how we're blocking it. But nonetheless, you can really cause some confusion. We get pretty good returns, quite a bit off of this. I don't think we had a real great one this time, but let's see how it went. The fake's not bad. You can see we hold these 3 or 4 guys up here. We hold them, but we're really not blocking over here on the front side of it. We're just kind of standing here. Obviously, we whiff right there completely. 1st and 10, our ball. Obviously, our hopes are high. We're thinking we're just going to come out and just smash these guys, right? Just like we did in the first half. Go back to our zoom motion, and we go trap off of it. Curious to see where my trap goes wrong. Well, here's where it goes wrong right now. And obviously, in week number 1, we don't have the capability of getting out of this. But you can see already, we want to run trap somewhere right in here. And they happen to be playing to the field 1, 2, 3 down linemen to the strong side of the center. 2 linebackers, there's 5. There's a 6th, a 7th play. They got 7 guys to the strength over here, and we're trying to run trap at it. The good news is that I got a quarterback right here that's smart enough to check us out of it. The problem is it's week number 1, and I haven't given him any permission. Honestly, I've rarely given my quarterback very much permission, but I'm realizing that we've got a kid smart enough to check us out of that, and we're trying to run a play at 7 defenders. In case anyone doesn't know this already, it's not a real good idea, and it's hard to gain yards when you run at 7 guys. We put our backs opposite of our strength now, and we go boot to the field. Again, now they changed how many guys they were playing to the field. So they were really just kind of jumping fronts. I don't even know if it was intentional or not. Now we're getting tons of pressure. They're blitzing this outside linebacker off the edge. And thank goodness my quarterback's fast enough to make him miss. And he makes a pretty decent throw. He just throws a little bit behind. This is our fastest receiver right here. He's really a stud. And, he just can't get enough time. If you're going to blitz your outside linebacker at us off of boot, it's going to be hard. I mean, really, we're just one-on-one with our quarterback. And we're hoping he can make your outside linebacker miss, which he does. But then to be full run, going opposite of his throwing arm, and to try to make an accurate throw right here, it's hard to do. I mean, he's human. It is what it is. Incomplete pass, okay. Our bad, we put you in a tough position. They blitzed. 3rd and 10. All right, back to our zoom motion. And looks like we go to an ISO. I don't know if we were thinking be conservative or if we're thinking we saw something, but there's obviously a nice little bubble to run our ISO right here. Okay, we're going to get a nice easy down block here. This guy's got a pretty good base block. We should be leading this guy directly through the hole. And hopefully this motion right here is going to draw this guy out with him. Well, let's see. Yep, we get 22 to come outward with that motion. We get a nice little bubble, but, I mean, here's the game of football. We just get beat. I mean, my guard is 170 pounds, and that guy is more like 270 pounds. And you can see that we just fall off of him, and he gets in the way. Kind of plugs it up where we go bouncing off of him. He doesn't make the tackle, but he sure makes things cloudy in there. All right, boot the other way. I don't know what we're seeing, but boy, we're coming out firing. Boot the other way. Oh, we're getting greedy, aren't we, man? We go back to this out and up. And he's not biting anymore. He's playing off. Which, if you think it's smart, we just beat him 3 times in the first half deep. So what do you think he heard all halftime? I'm guessing he heard, get the heck off of him, back the heck up. And we come out and we're greedy because we're up 28-7. And we think we're awesome. And we are, we have no patience. All right, 2nd and 10. All right, 2nd and 10. Standard straight to the left. We go back to our ISO play. We end up cross blocking this one. So we're going to down block. I do not like my guy's stance here. Look at this. There's almost no bend in his knee at all. Again, I think it's fatigue. It's laziness. And it's one of those things that we've got to coach the heck out of. It's really on us. We've got to get our kids to get in a better stance. Now, as I told you, this kid really improved a lot as the year went on. Ended up being a super stud for us, especially into the playoffs. But right now, his stance is pretty sloppy. So we're going to down block. We're going to fold and kick this out. And we need to be leading up the hole here. Schematically, all systems are go. But this safety is just playing at, he's playing at 5 yards. Okay, bring that zoom motion across, and we try to go deep again. I didn't realize at the time, but now looking back, I'm pretty disappointed in myself. We're being greedy, and I don't think we need to be greedy right now. They really just had a lot of size on us up front. We're putting ourselves in bad situations, and my shifty quarterback is getting us out of it right now. That's going to make for a 4th down. It's 4th and 8 inside my own 50, and we're going for it. Why are we going for it, you may ask? And right now, I'm not very happy with myself. But at the time, we were convinced at the time that we didn't want to punt, that because of how high school kickers are, that we just didn't want to punt. There's that guy in Arkansas that doesn't punt, and we weren't thinking necessarily we would never punt, but we just liked our chances to be able to. We thought that we had a chance. If we're going to punt and kick it to you, there's a chance you could run it back to where we were going to kick it or run it to anyway. You might run it right back to the 40 right here. For all we know, you're going to start with the ball here the next down anyway, or you're going to run it back for a touchdown. We felt like we were moving the ball very well, and we said, we're going to take a shot. Now, hindsight's 20/20. I wish we didn't go for it, but we did. Let's see what our play call was. back to our boot play, which had failed several times in the game. I think we've only completed one, and we're going back to it. And the biggest problem with this boot is that, let's run it back right here. So this guy is your clear out route. This guy is your drag, which every man on our team knows the drag goes at 10 yards. 10 yards. 10 yards. We work it all the time. Then, of course, you got your backside post. Now, I don't know about you, but let's watch his route. That's not a 10-yard drag by this guy. Let's see. Okay. There goes 10, 15, 20. He just makes it up as he goes. You can't make it up as you go. And this is where you get hurt. So look, so we make a fatal error right now. So again, if you've heard anything about our defense, when this guy reads run, you can see I think we're getting some sort of guard pull. He has to get downhill to on and then pursue. And that keeps you inside of all carries. The biggest number one thing that can kill our defense, is if our safety begins to pursue laterally. So if you look at this, sure enough, there he goes, pursuing laterally. And what happens? The play kick right here. The ball bounces back inside of him. So touchdown. So just like that, in a blink of an eye, it's 28-14. Here we go, back to our cross return. Let's see if our cross is any better. Not a bad little cross. I got a little bit of room to run and a little seam and a flag for what? All right, so now we're buried on our 15. I'm hoping we get back to some level of basics. All right, Rocket. This guy got a lot better as the year went on, but he struggled with this right here. Just really got stoppy. I know that's not a real word, but always wanted to turn everything into a home run play and wouldn't just put that shoulder down. And this is a gigantic back. I mean, 6'2", 210 pounds. He's one of the biggest kids on our team. We just kept working with him. Hey, put your shoulder down. You're massive. Okay. 2nd and 7. Back to belly. See, this kid's tiny. 180 pounds, I would say. Let me pause this. But boy, does he get off the ball. He's a little bitty dude, but he gets off the ball. Watch him fire out. Watch him fire out on this belly. Boom! Boy, he just gets after it. He runs his feet. I love it. I love watching him play. Let's see the next play. So now we're 3rd and, I don't know, I would guess 4 or 5. So we go unbalanced this way. Here's the problem. We go unbalanced this way. They don't shift to the unbalance. So we've got them outflanked over here, but we run to the weak side. Now again, nobody on this field has the power to change that. That's just one of those instances where you go, hey, I need to look into being able to check ourselves out of a bad play. Just an unlucky play call, I guess. Sometimes if you're not going to check it at the line, sometimes you're going to get lucky to what you run at. You try to make educated decisions based on what you've seen previously. Okay, they've been shifting to our unbalance, but with these guys, they were I don't know if they were guessing or if they had a plan, but it was really hard to predict. Okay, so I think we figure they didn't shift to our unbalance last time, so let's unbalance them, try to get them. But look at this, 4th down and 3 and 2, we think we can get it. But I'm on my own 25. I'm up 28-14, and I'm being stubborn. Here's my stubborn rear end right here. Rocket, we got the numbers. We got the numbers. Look, this is it. We got to have this 1st down. Look, we got numbers, 1-2 guys to make the play, and a 210-pound running back. And instead, all he's got to get to is the 29 right here. And instead of putting a shoulder down, he hops. It's an error. It's an error. That's an error on a running back who's got to know his situation. And we talked with him. I talked to him about this. I said, hey, listen, you've got to know when all we have to do is get to here, then you have to put a shoulder down. And this goes for all you running backs out there, all you coaches. All you can do is try to teach them. You got to put a shoulder down and get us the first down. And we had that conversation with him. And he did get a lot better as the year went on that exact point. But you know what? It takes missing this first down right here for a kid to learn that sometimes. You know, all growing up, he was just good enough to beat everybody with that. And then you get to varsity football, and the gap closes. So we didn't get that first down, and now they have all the momentum. They've stopped this. They're on the 23, and guess what? Guess who's still out? My all-state safety is still not in the game. And again, bless his heart, he's tough as nails. But, he didn't get as many reps as my starter. And there's that bad habit again. Lateral. He's running lateral instead of coming downhill. And on this arc, you got to come inside out, always going downhill. And he's going lateral. And then, of course, he gets there, but he just doesn't make the play. Now, it ain't all him. Let's see why it's even getting this far. That's what I'm confused about. So they go with a stretch play. I mean, it's kind of blocked like buck sweep, but it almost looks like they're trying to, it is. It's buck sweep. This guy goes in, this guy goes out, but we just get washed because my DN stands straight up and he just gets zero penetration. And, his job is, as I talk, he's got to get penetration, and he just gets stood up. He's not really trying to drive. And then my Mike linebacker is caught out of position as well. See, he's leaning this way, and now it's too late to gain ground and get back for a B-gap run through on that far side. So he's a step late. He gets mowed a step, and one step here, one step here. This guy's a little soft on constricting it. See, look at his first steps. All right, so this guy here, my monster, is supposed to step down and constrict. But instead, he sees action at him, and he expands right away. And what does that do? Well, if this guy expands, and this guy is late getting there, and this guy gets pushed by a moment, you get a lane. And now they come back with sweep this way. So now my outside linebacker is not constricting. He has to make this hole tighter and dare this man to bounce it to the outside. He's got good speed, so he can run it down. But no, he's expanding before he's constricting, and that's hurting us right now. Sweep this way, why wouldn't you, right? And it works again. 28-21, I believe. Let's see if they make the extra point. 28-21. 28-21. The game, we got a brand new ball game. We were in complete control of this game. And now it's 28-21 us. They have all the momentum. I mean, all the momentum. We're in trouble. And my superstar is still right here on the ground. So this is where I'm looking back there, getting through my guys, looking back going, how long? How long till he's back? And he's going, Coach, I'm trying. And we're all just panicking. But a lot of it's my fault because I was being too stubborn to punt, and we're being too impatient, and we're making mistakes defensively. Those mistakes are on me that I didn't have it taught in time by game one. I don't know what happens. All I know is a guy comes out of this, it doesn't look like my normal return, comes out of this and just gets eaten up. My goodness. Wow, do they have momentum. We need something to change fast. So unbalance into the boundary, zoom motion into the boundary, and we go trap right here. And you can see we get a nice little lane, nice little down block here from my guard, getting down to that linebacker. And again, my stud fullback's out, but this is our Mike linebacker too. He really just a hard-nosed kid, man. He doesn't have the vision of yet. I think that vision's going to come, but boy, is he hard-nosed. I don't know what happened. We got a couple extra yards. Looks like we maybe missed a play in there somewhere. Back to trap, and just a yard or so. Now we're at going to be at 3rd and about 6. And again, in a little bit of trouble. Why are we not getting anything here? Well, we're too soft. We're too soft. We're trying to get a crack block right here. We're trying to get a crack block. He ends up crack blocking this guy, but he's too soft and he falls off. Okay, you got to be physical with your crack blocks. He needs to skate and kick this man out. And we don't get that block. We missed this block out here on this guy. He has got to tunnel this man, and he misses him. In fact, he doesn't even look for him. So we're not playing good football right now at all. I mean, we're in trouble. And now that I look back, I realize how big a trouble we were in. 3rd and 6. Trap. I don't know what we're thinking. And again, one of these. I mean, how do you? I don't know how to predict what they're doing. Look at this. I mean, we got strength, but this is the boundary now over here. We're fairly balanced. I mean, we are strong this way for a tight end. And they got 3 linemen on one side of my center. They're playing with one D lineman on this side of the formation. And I can't figure out the rhyme or reason why they're doing it. And we go trap right into it. We don't get my puller through. This guy does not pull. He's supposed to pull and kick, and he doesn't pull. I don't know why. Probably could. That's momentum. Oh my gosh. We're going to be 4th and 2. I don't even remember what we did here. What on earth did we go for it again, even after all that disaster? Yeah, we went for it again. Boy, I am one stubborn son of a gun. Holy cow. Okay. Oh my gosh. Tackle over. Bring motion with it. And we run. It looks like belly. Belly. The seam is there. Goodness gracious. I cannot believe we went for that again after all of that. Thank goodness we got it. Boy, our season just about started off a lot different. Well, we rip off a great looking belly right there. Great call by the OC. Uh-oh. Guess who? Guess who's back? That, my friends, is our stud fullback. Now, the kid who... we should have left him on the bench, man. If he's cramping this much, we obviously need him defensively, and my other fullback is cranking offensively right now. I should have kept him on the bench, but of course we're scared as heck right now. All right, we go to throw the ball. I have no idea. Oh my gosh. You know what they say. I learned this down at Wash U. I was a young coach. We went to Washington University in St. Louis, and the DB coach there said something that I've said ever since. Nothing good ever happens after a dropped interception. And I just about held my breath again right here because I thought we're getting picked. I think we're getting picked. Oh my goodness. They drop it. Rocket, you don't get the first half of the play, but you can start to see we went. So I've got 2 running backs. I've got the incumbent, the big kid who didn't get the first down on that rocket play. And then we got this kid who transferred in. Now this kid who transferred in, we all have high hopes for, but he was injured all summer, so we're trying to protect him. And we got them playing the same position right now. They're rotating. We figure we split them some time, at least till this kid gets healthy. The game's on the line. Of course, we're upset with our other guy because we felt like he didn't run hard in the one moment. So we're going to give this kid some time. And you can see he is electric. He's electric. Now, later in the season, we finally come to our senses and we say, why are we rotating these two? Because they're both awesome. But at this moment in time, Boom, he turns on some speed, starts running hard. There's a first down. Okay, so a little bit, we're starting to take the edge off their momentum. Unbalanced into the bound. Nope, it's not really into a boundary, but we go unbalanced this way. Buck sweep. And now, whoa, this kid's showing up. And now we're going, well, I know why they weren't both on the field. We didn't know how good this kid was yet. We had heard great things. We'd never seen him play. He was hurt all summer, and you just don't know. You can only tell so much in practice. We knew he was fast, and now we're seeing, whoa, is he good. Rocket, I think we go unbalanced rocket, and he gets in. Boy, so this kid now is running hard. Man, hard fought run. And boy, did we need that, man. Little change of momentum. And my kicker he's automatic. He was 63 of 64 on the year. He's just automatic. Okay, they got a 5-yard penalty for something. I'm not sure what it was. I'm sure we'll know. Okay, we wanted to try to pin him deep. Now see, my kicker is so good, and he kicks everything in the end zone. And then this is what drives me nuts. No matter how good your kicker looks in pregame, and he's booting it in the end zone, he comes out and you call a deep kick, and he kicks this perfect kick to the 10 and sets up their return. My kicker's a great kid. I get on him all the time for this. I mean, in jest, really. I mean, he kicks way better than I ever could. But this is why, I mean, that's why we onside so much. I hate kicking it to your best kid. We're unbalanced this way, and we're struggling with cramps again. Now look, now my Mike linebacker's out, and my starting dog is out. Anyone else? My starting corner is out. So people are down with cramps. Okay, let's see how our number 2 Mike is reading. Guards pull this way. He's feeling good. He's reading it correctly. My hound, look at my hound. Now see, this is our all-stater, and he's not doing it right either. Look at that angle. Coming out here instead of coming downhill when he gets a run read. Again, this guy, my number 2 dog, is supposed to be penetrating right now, and he's kind of shuffling and reading. And now we don't have a guy to make the play on this quarterback after he keeps it. I do have a monster out here alone, but again, this is their best kid. And he's not easy to get a hold of. All right, 3rd and short. Ooh, flag. I don't know what it's on. Looks like it's on them. That's a break. 3rd and 6. Crisscross. Oh, doggone it. Did they get that? I don't know if he gets this. Let's see. 4th and inches. They're going for it. Oh, my gosh. See, this is huge. This is strength. This is where strength pays off. This is where, people tell me that in the 3-5 you can't, how do you play against double tight in the 3-5? Well, you just attack. So we're just in our 3-5. He's out here head up of the tackle, and we're head up of this tackle. I got a nose, but we're blitzing, and my mic comes up real tight because it's 4th and, what's that, less than a yard? And then this is where the weight room comes in, baby. My nose, big nose, does a better job. Look how low he stays this time. What a difference, right? Look, boom. Stays low, stands him up. That's a huge play. I think we stopped him. Tell me we stopped him. We stopped him. That's huge. Making a 4th down stand. See, now we got them buried. Now they went for it inside their own 30 as well. Back to buck sweep. We don't get our kick out. So it's 35-21, a huge 4th down stand. I mean, this game got way closer than I felt like it should have, but let's face it, that's how football goes. So, we jump. They were a good team, so they're going to make a run. They made the playoffs again. I think they went 6-3, made the playoffs, played a tough first-round game. All right, weak side ISO, away from the unbalance. Again, just big, strong, tough fullback. Our kids are getting off the ball. 3rd and 4, unbalanced this way, X over. Buck sweep again. And again, we're not really blocking it correctly. My wing is very tentative right now. He's kind of stopping, looking who he's going to block. He really just needs to chase the hip of my tight end. Chase his hip and take what shows. Take anything that tries to penetrate in between you and your tight end. He's a little slow to it, but just enough to get our first down. Okay, unbalanced. My little tackle here, tackle over, is really getting off the ball hard. And it's amazing how good things happen when you get off the ball. We don't, it's schematically the belly doesn't work out so well, but you're getting off the ball hard and it turns into, I don't know, what was that, 4 or 5 yards? Buck sweep again. Boy, that had been good to us in the second half. And this kid now is kind of taking control of the game. Okay, now it's 42-21. We've gotten our halftime lead back. All right, so it looks like they're back to they had tried their double tight stuff, had some success, and now they're back into their spread stuff. Now here's what I'm talking about. When you blitz from the edge, and we worked on this a lot this year, when you blitz from the edge, you've got to come outside in and dare this man to step up, because that's where all your help is. Now, we coach until we're blue in the face, and we always struggle with it. I mean, every team I've ever coached has struggled with it, because kids see pay dirt, and they just want to come right at it, and they want to blow them up, and a good quarterback always makes you miss, and this kid was as good as we had seen all year, or as good as we did see all year. Piece of cake, just makes him miss. 2nd 10. Sure would have been nice to got better film. Oh, they're kind of doing a double screen. They got the halfback screen over here as an option. They got the tunnel screen up top. They go with halfback, and we're there. That quarterback. Woo! Quarterback's good, but again, here, look at my DN come flying in from behind. Woo! That's a different kid, actually. They had a handful of real tough kids at DN. And what I love most about them is they were chasers. They're chasers. They don't stop and watch. They're always turning around to get in on the play. Rocket. And this is what I love to see right here. I remember telling this kid, this is our big returning tailback here. After he got stopped on that 4th down, I said, listen, we're going to need you again later in this game, so you've got to listen and learn. Put your shoulder down on 1st down when we got to have the 1st down. If we don't, then just play your game and run. I trust you. We're going to need you later this game. And sure enough, we go rocket to him, and he's a great back and with great speed, and he just pops this one. So this, and again, like I had said, we've got the momentum. And this one busts, and he's so good, so fast, makes a guy miss. Touchdown. This was the backbreaker. Again, look at the difference. If you come across, there's a crack block. We don't really hit the crack block real well, but we're much more physical with it, and it affects them. Boom. Well, heck yeah, it affects him. Knocked his butt over. Sheesh, I didn't realize it. Nice job by my tackle here. Here's that kid I was getting on earlier saying he came a long way. Look at this reach. He goes to race this kid. He goes to race, I believe it's this kid. He can't get him raced, and so he washes him out. And watch how we cut right off of him. Wash him, run. Nice job. Good hustle. Good hustle. Everybody put your hands up and just enjoy the show. Can't help us anymore. Touchdown, backbreaker. 49, I think, 21. Well, I remember we went about 3 plays here, punted it finally. We finally decided, hey, let's not go for it here. Let's punt it. And then they ran out the clock after that. What a game it was, and we left happy. We knew we had a lot of things that went well for us. We were able to stretch the field vertically, which I felt like really added a new dimension to our offense. But obviously plenty to work on. Plenty to work on as a staff as we got impatient, as you could see how many fundamental errors we were making, especially in that second half, more specifically in that 3rd quarter when the game was on the line. It's amazing how once you lose momentum, that's when those little things really start breaking up. And we're starting to learn those things. So when we start losing momentum, I mean, what I'm thinking to myself right now is I need to remember this for next year. When we're losing momentum, I need to get back with every position coach I have and just say, hey, you need to remind your guys about their key and their read steps. We got to chill the heck out and just get our first 3 steps right. If we get our first 3 steps right, we got a chance to stop the bleeding here. All right, I could talk forever. Guys, thanks for joining me on Film Friday. The Maroons are 1-0 in 2015 so far, and we'll get ready for next week's game against Dunlap, who was a good team the year before. We kind of thumped them, and you're going to find out we came in thinking too much of ourselves at this point. We were expecting to roll Dunlap again, and you'll find out that we didn't roll them, and they were a heck of a lot better, I think, than anyone expected, and we were victim as well. But you know what they say, live and learn. I've learned through time to stop looking past people. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Hey, like, subscribe, check out Chief Pigskin. We'll see you next week.